Greetings, friends. My name is Renee Restino, and today I'm going to tell you a story. The story is about me and my experience at the contact gate. So you may be familiar with Bashar and his teachings of about a year ago now. It was over 3 months. There were 3 different teachings. And the titles of those teachings were the contact window, the contact door, and the contact gate. These teachings and this time period were formulated to give us an opportunity to get used to, acclimated to, and have an awareness around this developing opportunity for us to have contact with extraterrestrials. So during this time period of 2023, I was going out and participating. I was taking my lead from Bashar and his suggestions. I was offering out welcome and messages of love and friendship to any ETs that might be receiving me. I was always in an elevated and excited state and was never disappointed in the beautiful starry skies that I was witnessing. So one night I was out viewing the stars for about a half an hour. It was a clear and crisp and beautiful night. And it actually happened to be on the night of the Super Bowl. And I noticed in my far left periphery, very far away, this illumined wisp that could be a cloud or maybe the trail of a jetliner, that like it's being illumined in the setting sun or even the rising sun. I was very familiar with a little wisp like that being illumined in the sky and didn't think anything of it. And I just continued to look around the sky, and when I went back to that viewpoint, my brain instantly recognized that that little wisp of illumination was closer than it was the last time. And so now as I watched, I immediately recognized that that wisp of illumination was heading right to me. And I watched in amazement, in complete excitement, and I got up out of my seat and I raised my arms up in welcome and joy and excitement. And silently, this light came closer and closer to the point I could see that it was a rectangle of light, and that it seemed to almost be drifting in a current as it came right into my field of view, right above me. And I could see that the lights were actually thousands of little points of diamond-like light that was illumining this elongated rectangle. Could be the side of a saucer, I'm not sure. And I would say it was about, I'm just guessing and saying, about 6 jumbo jetliners end to end. It was very, very large from my perspective. And it just passed right in front of my field of view, never changing speed, never making a sound. And it was magnificent. So a couple months later, I was watching the night sky like I commonly do. And I remember this one night, I wasn't even going to go out. It was kind of cold, and but I got kind of hot, And I just thought, gosh, I just want to go out and cool off and be under my stars and just see. So I went out, and it was only a few minutes. And here comes that same ship. And it was magnificent, exactly the same as before. Exactly, it seemed the same distance from me, the same height in the sky, the same silent, wondrous way that it traversed, but it was inclined. Instead of being a horizontal rectangle, it was now inclined 45 degrees. And, you know, it was like the pilot of this craft was doing a wheelie or something, and it did kind of match my my excitement at that time. The day had unraveled in a way that was just pure magic, having to do with designating a landing zone in our property, and just other synchronicities that were so magnificent that it's like the beings on this ship were, you know, as joyous as I was. So I watched the ship. It passed out of my view to the right behind the tall trees of the forest. And I got like a tap on the shoulder type of thing, a knowing that just wait here a minute because it's not over. And I waited in the silence in the night. And I was thinking, well, maybe that ship will just come back out, or maybe there's a being that's going to show itself, or I wasn't sure. But anyway, nothing really happened there at first. And then I was just kind of looking around my surroundings, and something caught my eye down and to the right. And I looked down there, and where it was right in my gate, in the gate to the forest. And it was a light. It was a light a little less than an inch in diameter, and it was moving. And if the gate is here, it was moving down in this lower part, and it was just moving around kind of randomly, and it did not blink off, because I was like, oh, this must be a firefly. It wasn't a firefly. It never blinked off. I stood there for a while, 20 feet away, so close, and watched this light, this little orb of light. And I got this idea about moving closer to it. And so I did. I got to about 10 feet away, and I was so excited. I was exhilarated by that like leap that I was doing by walking a few steps over there. And the light stayed for a few more moments, and then it went to the right side of the gate, and there was a bush there, and it was behind the bush, and I couldn't see it, and then it was gone. So, oh, so exhilarating. So I meet with Shaka, a Sasani being whose specialty is sacred circuits, but also in First Contact, and channeled by Brandon Bozarth. And I asked Shaka about all this, and what he helped me to understand is that this ship was a Yahyel ship. The Yahyel are the 4th and 5th hybrid races, the Shah-Yahyel and the Ya-Yahyel. And that they will most likely be the first contact experiences that many of us will have, because they look so much like us. And I guess that will be easier for us to manage when the time comes. So thank you for letting me share this awesome story, my first contact experience. I also do know that these beings on board, I got the sense that there were hybrid children. Some of my hybrid children were involved in this. And Shaka verified and confirmed that yes, they were hybrid children that can project their consciousness in that way. And that they were reaching out to me and making contact. So thank you for letting me share my joy with you. And many blessings to you. Light and love, friends.